Welcome to Dr. P.C. Verma Economist YouTube class. In this class, we discuss topics related to economics optional paper offered by aspirants for IAS, IES, RBI services, and financial services in BPSC. Subsidy is most important factor nowadays. At international level, developed countries do not like that subsidies should be given to farmers or anyone because subsidy will distort the market condition in favor of someone and against someone. But subsidies are categorized under two types: good subsidy and bad subsidy. All students of economics clearly know that farmers are given subsidy. Farm subsidy is one of the important factors in Indian context. You might be knowing that movement of farmers in Delhi for confirmation of legal action or the subsidies given to the agriculture or price fixation of food grains by the central government. But that movement flopped because of certain internal disunion among themselves. Perfect leader might be there if they can get a success in getting some concessions in the three laws which were developed by central government for agriculture sector. We all know that in India, when India got independence, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru never thought about the agriculture. In first 5-year plan, the main objective was agriculture, but he was not conscious of changing the position. Pandit Nehru imported large amount of wheat and grains from USA, from Canada, and from Australia. In India at that time, there was a scarcity of food grains. In first 5-year plan, agriculture sector was taken into consideration as the first objective to deal with. But unfortunately, there could not be any grand success in first 5-year plan. And first 5-year plan, we all know that is based upon Harrod-Doman model. We all know that Harrod is a student of John Maynard Keynes. You will be surprised to note that Harrod is a student of John Maynard Keynes. Mr. John Robinson is a student of John Maynard Keynes. And our former Prime Minister, now is no more, Manmohan Singh, is a student of Mr. John Robinson. So Harrod was very much interested in saving and investment, whether in industry or agriculture. It is quite important to know, economics student, that in 1936, John Maynard Keynes published his book, The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money. And this was the milestone of macroeconomics. Therefore, John Maynard Keynes is known as father of macroeconomics. Father of microeconomics is Alfred Marshall. And father of economics is Adam Smith. Alfred Marshall in 1890 concentrated on microeconomics. and whole the principle of economics deals with that. In 1936, the General Theory of Implementation Money published by John Maynard Keynes, and this was the foundation stone of macroeconomics. So John Maynard Keynes is considered as father of macroeconomics. And the macro term is employment, interest, and money. These are three words coined in that book. And these three words are the basis of macroeconomics. In any interview, they ask you, what are in macroeconomics? Generally, students will say that when all items are taken together is macroeconomics. But you will say that macroeconomics deals with employment, interest, and money. Basically, three factors were considered to be macroeconomics in closed economy. And we add international trade, then that becomes macroeconomics in open economy. Such type of answer is very, very important. I am proud to say that I was taught by my teachers, Dr. V.N. Verma, in LS College, Muzaffarpur. And I learned many things from him. Many other teachers were also there. They also taught good things. Conceptualization was very much good. I got first class, first gold medal at master's degree in economics. And surprisingly, after passing MA, after 15 days, I got a job as a lecturer in Ranchi University because I topped there in the selection interview of lecturer for Ranchi University in economics. I joined there Tata College, Chaibasa. But just I joined in November, and in January there was a publication of Bihar Public Service Commission for a lecturer in Patna University. I applied for that in 1974. I was interviewed by Bihar Public Service Commission, and I was placed first in the list. And so I became the topper of the BPSC lecturer selection in Patna University, and I got Patna College as a lecturer in 1974. But due to the technical reason and certain stay order from the High Court, I could join in 1979. And for that period, I remained in Ranchi University. So my journey starts from Ranchi University from 1973 to 1979. And then I joined here in Patna University in 1979. But my seniority is maintained because I was topper in BPSC lecturer selection in 1974. So topper list, BPSC list cannot be altered by any university. So I got the privilege from 1974 onward as a deemed to work in Patna University, although I worked at that time in Ranchi University, but under legal case, legal reason, I was stopped joining during the period of stay order. Stay or vacated, I joined with the previous original date. That was a notional factor because I worked in Ranchi University, and that period is almost for Patna University. But because of a stay order, I could not join. And then I joined, then the seniority was maintained. All were junior to me who joined before me because of High Court case. Before the case, they joined. And after the case, I could not because I have to come from Ranchi to Patna. It would take at least 1 day time. It was a matter of great pleasure and pain of the time. But I joined Patna College and Patna University. I worked till 2016. I retired from there. So good or bad, these are two things. The classification of subsidies as good and bad is a very, very important factor. And today we will discuss it. The classification of subsidies as good subsidy and as bad subsidy depends on various factors, including their impact on farmers, the environment, and the economy. These are three factors most important in case of considering subsidies as good or bad. Number one, various factors. Number one, impact on farmers. Number two, impact on the environment. Number three, impact on the economy. So, what are the good subsidy? Good subsidy is defined as input subsidies, which help farmers access essential inputs like seeds, fertilizers, irrigation equipment, increasing productivity and income. So first factor which is important in good subsidy, that it is like input subsidies. We all know that in farming, input subsidies help farmers access essential inputs, fertilizers, seeds, fertilizers, increasing productivity and income. So input subsidy is a good subsidy. Second is credit subsidy. We all know that credit subsidy is very, very popular in India. Credit subsidies provide farmers with affordable credit, enabling them to invest in their farms and improve livelihoods. Third is insurance subsidy. We all know that nowadays agriculture has some insurance facilities. So insurance subsidies given to farmer to protect farmers from crop failures, natural disasters, and market fluctuations, ensuring financial stability. And fourth is environmental subsidy. We all know today climate change, environmental factors become very, very important at international level. You might be seeing yesterday in television that in USA, huge amount of snow has covered the states and many states. It is very difficult to face these huge snowstorm there because of climate change. Environmental subsidies encourage sustainable agriculture practices, conserving natural resources, and promoting eco-friendly farming. So these are the sign of good subsidy. In any interview in BPSC and UPSC and IES, this question is most important question. Interview board, you go, what is good subsidy, bad subsidy? What is GNP, NNP? What is depreciation? These are asked, frequently asked. What is Cobb-Douglas production function? What are Cobb-Webb model function? What was Keynesian economics? What is the difference between Keynesian and neo-Keynesian economics? Why Samuelson is considered to be the greatest economist? why Milton Friedman is regarded as the greatest economist of our time. But these are the questions which I discuss in the classroom, and so that the students must be aware and develop themselves. And what is the bad subsidy? Bad subsidies, in UPSC there was a question about the bad subsidy, means examination. Subsidy is most important factor in any examination, in any interview. So bad subsidies are those subsidies like export subsidies. Export subsidies distort global markets. Developed countries, USA, UK, Australia, all say that there should not be export subsidy, so that there will be equal competition among different countries. But the situation of all countries are not same. Take the example, if you are asked in an interview board, in USA, farmers are given subsidy, and India, farmers are given subsidy. What is difference? In interview, it is asked. Then you will reply that in India, subsidy is given to the farmer so that they will produce more and more food grains, so that the stock of food grains in our country will increase. But subsidy in USA, agriculture sector, is given for not to produce. They have enough production, and therefore they like that 20% farmland should not be cultivated this year. Owner of these 20% land will give him subsidy for not producing food grains. Because if they produce food grain, this will lead to problem of overproduction and over storage. This will lead to the fall in the price of food grain, depreciate the farmers, and therefore US estimate that how much food grains are required. And therefore they decided that 10% of the farm holding should not produce, and they will be given compensation in the form of subsidy. So subsidy in US farmer gets not to produce, but subsidy in India is given to produce more and more. This is quite interesting. In any interview board, if you say, this will be a great encouraging factors to the listeners. Everyone not knowing economics properly. Superficial knowledge is not called perfect knowledge. Perfect knowledge has great dimension. And so you consult yourself that subsidy in USA and subsidy in India, what is difference? Subsidy in USA is given not to produce because of good production, good inputs. They decided to keep 15% of the cultivable land as idle. The owner of the 15% land will be given subsidy for not to produce. In India, we give subsidy to the farmers to produce more and more. So export subsidy distort market conditions, distort global markets, creating unfair competition and potentially harming farmers in other countries. Therefore, export subsidy is considered to be bad subsidy. Second is output subsidy. Output subsidies can lead to overproduction. Output subsidy can lead to market gluts. Gluts in the market. that is overproduction, and decreased prices, ultimately, ultimately harming farmers' income. And thirdly, inefficient input subsidy. If not targeted effectively, input subsidies can benefit large farmers or wealthy landowners rather than a small scale or marginalized farmers. So these are the considered as bad subsidy. Subsidies may have mixed effort, mixed impact. Subsidies may have mixed impact, like investment subsidies. Investment subsidies can be beneficial if targeted towards a small-scale farmers or a specific agricultural sectors, but may also create dependencies or inefficiencies. And second is price support subsidies. Price support subsidies are also mixed impact. Price support subsidy can help stabilize farmers' income, but may also lead to farmers' distortion and efficiency if not implemented carefully. So it is essential to note that the effectiveness of subsidies depends on various factors, such as targeting, efficiency, sustainability, and transparency. These are the four factors which are most important to measure the effectiveness of subsidy. Targeting means ensuring subsidies reach the intended beneficiaries. Efficiency means efficiency leads to minimization, administrative cost, and ensuring subsidies achieve their intended goals. Thirdly, sustainability. Sustainability, ensuring subsidies promote long-term sustainability and environmental stewardship. And lastly, transparency. Transparency means maintaining transparency in subsidy, allocation, and distribution. By carefully evaluating these factors, policymakers can design and implement subsidies, programs that effectively support farmers, promote sustainable agriculture, and contribute to food security, which is the most important factor in Indian economy. So we now write down the classification of subsidy. The classification of subsidies as good and bad. depends on various factors, on on various factors, including their impact on farmers, the environment, environment, increasing productivity, increasing productivity and income, good subsidies, input subsidy, input subsidy, input subsidies are good subsidies which help farmer access essential inputs like seeds, fertilizers and irrigation. Fertilizers and irrigation equipment. Irrigation equipment. Increasing productivity and income. Activity and income. Good subsidies. Number one, input subsidies. Input subsidies are good subsidies which help farmers access essential inputs like seeds, fertilizers, and equipment, increasing productivity and income. Number two, trade subsidy. Trade subsidies are good subsidies which credit subsidies are good subsidies which provide farmers, which provide farmers from crop failure, which provide farmers, which provide farmers, which provide farmers with affordable credit, farmers with afford, affordable, affordable credit, enabling them enabling them to invest in their farms. And improve livelihood. Livelihoods. Livelihoods. Number 3, insurance subsidy. Insurance subsidies. Insurance subsidies protect farmers from crop failure, from crop failure, natural disasters, natural natural disasters, and market fluctuation. Market fluctuation. Ensuring financial stability. Number 4, environmental subsidies. Environmental subsidies. Environmental subsidies. encourage sustainable environmental subsidies, encourage sustainable agriculture, sustainable agricultural practices, and promoting eco-friendly farming practices. Conserving practices. Conserving natural resources. Natural resources and promoting and promoting eco-friendly eco eco-friendly bad bad subsidies. Support for subsidies. Support are bad subsidies because export subsidies distort global distort global markets, creating unfair competition, creating fair competition, and potentially and potentially harming harming farmers in other countries. Output subsidy. Output output subsidies can lead to overproduction, overproduction, market gluts, and decreased prices. Decreased prices. Multi ultimately harming farmers. Ultimately harming farmers. Incomes. Number 3, insufficient input subsidy. Insufficient input subsidies. Input subsidies. If if not targeted effectively, if not targeted targeted effectively, effectively, input subsidies. Input subsidies can benefit large farmers. Large farmers can benefit large farmers or wealthy farmers, wealthy landowners. landowners rather than rather than small scale or marginalized or subsidies with mixed impact. Investment subsidies can be beneficial if targeted towards a small scale or specific agricultural sectors, but may also may also create, but may also create dependencies or inefficiencies. Investment subsidies with mixed impact. Investment subsidies can be beneficial if targeted towards a small-scale farmers or a specific agricultural sectors, but may also create dependencies or inefficiencies. Price support subsidies. Number two, price support subsidies. Price support sub price support subsidies. Price support subsidies can help stabilize farmers' income, but may also lead to also lead to market distortion, market distortions and inefficiencies and efficiency if not implemented carefully. If not implemented it is essential to know the effectiveness of subsidy depends on various factors. Factors factors responsible for the effectiveness effectiveness of subsidies. Factors responsible for the effectiveness of subsidies. Targeting CNC sustainability factors responsible for the effectiveness of subsidies. Targeting efficiency, sustainability, transparency. targeting ensuring subsidies reach the intended studies. Minimizing administrative cost. Efficiency minimizing administrative costs and ensuring subsidies achieve their intended goods. Efficiency minimizing administrative cost and and it is efficiency is minimizing administrative cost and ensuring subsidies achieve their intended goals. Sustainability. Sus. B. B. T. Sustainability is ensuring ensuring subsidies, long term, long term, sustainability, and environmental ST steward S steward sustainability ensuring subsidies. Sustainability is ensuring subsidies. Promote long-term sustainability and environmental stewardship. Ensuring subsidies promote long-term sustainability. Transparency, transparency, maintaining transparency in subsidy. Location, training, transparency, subsidy, and allocation, distribution. by carefully evaluating factors, policy makers can design and implement meant subsidy subsidy programs that effectively support farmers, that effectively effectively support farmers, promote sustainable agriculture, and contribute contribute to food security. Thus we come to the conclusion that by carefully evaluating different factors shown above, policymakers can design and implement subsidy programs that effectively support farmers, promote sustainable agriculture, and contribute to food security. So there is a good subsidy and there is a bad subsidy. We can't remove bad subsidy 100%, but we should try to maximize utilization of good subsidy and minimum use of bad subsidy. If it is very much required, then it can be taken into consideration. Subsidy is most important factor in underdeveloped or developing country like Indian economy. Large number of farmers are related to the subsidy to agriculture because their industrial growth rate is not same in all states of India. Most of the states are agriculture oriented, and therefore we have to depend upon subsidy and different types of methods of subsidy and helping farmers for sustainable development and for getting support to the farmers, which will lead to promote sustainable agriculture, and that will help in contributing to food security in our country, the most prominent factor in the running of the economy. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like it, subscribe it, and tell your friends, share to your friends, discuss among themselves. That is the most important factor in getting success. Thank you for watching this video.